recording and releasing this week's episode of my podcast on Friday, December the 13th. Yes, you heard that correctly. Friday the 13th. For so many, that represents an unlucky number, an unlucky day, a reason to stay under the covers and in bed all day. Today, we're going to talk about a reason why December 13th, Friday the 13th, is a lucky day. Today, we're talking about the 99th birthday of a legend, an icon, a national treasure, the American beloved actor, comedian, dancer, and singer, Dick Van Dyke. Happy birthday, Dick Van Dyke. Thanks for tuning in today, everybody. This is the Wishing You Well podcast, and I'm your host, Maria Patrick. I'm a health coach and a Qigong instructor, and my passion, my purpose in life is to help people, myself included, to live longer, stronger, better, happier, and healthier lives. So this week's inspiration comes from Dick Van Dyke. I could spend the whole podcast just talking about his successful and inspiring career in Hollywood. His career has spanned over 80 years. He's won Golden Globes and Tony Awards, and he's starred in movies and television. He has been singing and dancing and acting and making us laugh for almost his entire life, all of his 99 years, culminating in two recent collaborations and successes, one of which won him an Emmy Award for being the oldest actor ever to win an Emmy, and that was for his guest starring role on the soap opera that I've watched since I was a child, that's Days of Our Lives, and also for what has culminated in a beautiful recent collaboration with the band Coldplay, where Dick Van Dyke stars in their latest music video for their song All My Love. And it is an inspirational music video. Not only is the song itself beautiful, it wasn't written for Dick Van Dyke, but Chris Martin and the members of Coldplay asked Dick Van Dyke to collaborate with them for the music video and the director's cut, which they will be releasing today. And if it's released in time, I will link it into this podcast in the description box. The director's cut includes videos and photos and interview clips from throughout Dick Van Dyke's life, and it turns it from a music video into somewhat of a mini documentary celebrating his 99 years. So we're not going to go over all of the many movies and shows and songs that he's performed and given the world over these last 80 of his 99 years. I'd like to focus on his secrets, which are not so secret anymore. Secrets to longevity and great health, his tips and mine for living a long and healthy life. Dick Van Dyke credits his fitness routine to his agility, his mobility, his vibrancy, his robustness, and certainly to his longevity. He says that he pays special attention to his legs. When you see the music video that I just referenced, you'll see that his legs, he's still in great shape, and he's still got the dance moves from 40, 50, 60 years ago. Dick's number one tip is to keep moving, specifically to keep the legs moving. And he goes to the gym every single day, and he works out, and his workout includes not only working on things that move his legs, but he works out with weights. He includes weight training. He wrote a book called Keep Moving and Other Tips and Truths About Aging. And in the book, he talks about the fact that no matter what, he makes sure he exercises every day. He said in the book that getting old does not have to be a dreary weather report. And I have recently had some conversations with a few health coaching clients of mine who, like all of us, sometimes struggle because life is so busy to making the time, fitting in time each and every day for their exercise routine. So the tip that I recently gave them was this, and that is to link it, to stack your exercising with something else that you know you're going to do every day. And the example I used is that I watch the same news program every single night. And when that news program comes on, I kind of have a bargain with myself, a deal with myself. And that is that if I have not yet done my exercise for the day, that I have two choices. I either have to exercise while I'm watching that program, or pause that program, get the workout in, and then press play and resume watching that show. So that way I make sure that each and every day I'm fitting that exercise in. Dick credits his longevity in part, to his wife of 12 years, who happens to be more than 40 years younger than him. He says that she feeds him well and she keeps him happy every day, and that these are the secrets to his personal success. She credits him for keeping her healthy and well because she says that he is the most positive person that she's ever had in her life, and that it's his positivity and his vibrancy that keeps her so happy and healthy. Dick also credits his longevity to the fact that he chose to never retire. He has done something that I have talked to people in my life about, including my spouse. I think that we should all consider refiring instead of retiring. I've talked about this in previous podcast episodes. And for Dick, he said that he's always looking for work. And the fact that he took this Emmy Award-winning role on Days of Our Lives, a recurring role in his 90s, shows that he is practicing what he preaches. His daily habits of exercising and eating well, the fact that he still works regularly, he credits these things with keeping him agile, flexible, as well as mentally sharp and happy. He says that we should build your life around good daily habits. And I think that we could really simplify this for ourselves and organize those daily habits into 5 categories: body, brain, diet, social, and media. For the body, number 1, you want to exercise, like Dick Van Dyke, you want to exercise every day and add in time. You can do this while you're exercising, particularly if you do something like what I teach, which is the practice of Qigong, building in deep breathing every day. So if your exercise routine has that as part of it, you are doing double duty. If not, either before or after your workout, make sure that you're taking time to breathe deeply. In through the nose, out through the mouth, allowing your belly to expand on every inhale and contract back on every exhale, and doing this for 5 or 6 or even 10 minutes a day. It will help keep your body strong, particularly your lungs, your heart. Helps with so many things, including lowering your blood pressure and helping with digestion and improving your sleep. Number 2, brain. I think, like Dick Van Dyke, we should make it a priority to do brain-related activities every day. I start my day with a bunch of different brain puzzles in the morning. I've heard that this is what a lot of people who live well into their 80s and 90s do. So it's something I've been doing for quite a while, and I don't always succeed on these brain games and puzzles, but it's a challenge that I've given myself, and it's just become part of my daily routine. Getting enough sleep every night is also something that's really going to contribute to your overall health, wellness, and longevity, and it's going to help not only your brain, but also your body. Daily habit number 5 is your diet. I've gone into great detail about the specific dietary features that we should be bringing into our life on a regular basis. The most important thing to remember, and make it simple, of course, is to eat the rainbow, not only every day, but at every meal. So that means that if you're just eating oatmeal or cereal in the morning or a slice of toast, you could eat the rainbow and boost the nutritional content and the antioxidant level in that meal just by adding in some simple ingredients like berries, banana, an avocado on your toast. Number 4, social connections. We hear about this most often when we talk about the blue zones, the people in the world who live to be in their 90s and to be centurions and they live to be beyond 100. They work very hard at maintaining their social connections. And it's yet another thing that Dick Van Dyke has attributed to his successful, happy, and healthy 99 years. The fact that at this point in his life, he is still so very social. And lastly, the media that we take in. I mentioned earlier that I watch a news program every night, and that's not always easy because the news is oftentimes bad news. So I think it's really important to make sure that we expose ourselves to more positive media than negative. So that's why I bring in other things like podcasts and books and music and audiobooks, things that will feed my soul, my spirit, my body, my brain, but in a positive way. Just like Dick Van Dyke has done. One of the personal challenges that I've given myself is, and I recently just celebrated a birthday. I'm about the age, a little bit older than Dick Van Dyke's wife. And so in not that many years from now, I will be celebrating my 60th birthday. So I gave myself the personal challenge of doing 60 things before 60 before 60. And I have a lot of different things from the various different categories that we just talked about on that list. And I've accomplished, little by little, I'm getting through my list, I've accomplished some of them already. One of the things is that I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to learn how to play Mahjong. And so I took 10 lessons, and it was very much a challenge for myself. It's quite an intellectual game that consists of a lot of strategy and patience and finesse. And much like or similar to chess, you have to think ahead and think about your next moves. And I feel really proud of the fact, I was blessed if I found a great teacher, but proud of the fact that as hard as it was at the beginning, I didn't give up. I stuck with it. I've been practicing quite a bit and regularly getting together with other people who are in my situation who chose to learn this wonderful game that has been around for centuries. And I even hosted a Mahjong gathering at my home this past week. So I look at that as checking two things, not only something off my 60 before 60 list, but two things off of the building 5 daily habits in your life. That would be brain and social. A peek at my 60 before I turn 60 list also includes learning how to make French macarons. Check. I did that this year. Learning how to crochet granny squares. I did that. Again, I took some lessons and feel accomplished because it was a project that I had kind of put aside for over a decade that I finally completed thanks to learning how to make those granny squares and learning how to play the saxophone, which I am starting in the first week of 2025. So maybe this time next year, my podcast will give you an update on how those lessons go for me with that new instrument. You know what they say about the connection between longevity and brain health and music, particularly learning musical instrument. So I'll keep you apprised of that. My attitude is, and I take inspiration from people like Dick Van Dyke, is that it is never too late. That we can keep dreaming, and we can keep dreaming big, and we can keep doing things that will fuel every aspect of our being, the physicality as well as the mental and spiritual and emotional aspects of ourselves. Think about the fact that we have presidents in their 70s and 80s. We see people like Mick Jagger touring at the age of 81, Willie Nelson making new music at 91, and Dick Van Dyke earning an Emmy Award at the age of 98. What's the common denominator? These people are still working, they're still moving, they're still breathing. Dick Van Dyke says that his career has allowed him to play and act silly, and that is the secret formula. He says, and he wrote this in his book, you don't have to act your age. You don't even have to feel it. You don't have to pay attention to it. I have 9 things that I practice every day. And I've been doing this for so long that I am sorry to say that I cannot give credit to whomever it was that gave me this idea, because it's been such a part of my life for so long, and I am happy to share these 9 things with you today. And they are as follows: 1 hour of movement a day, 2 liters of water a day, 3 cups of tea a day, 4 colors on your plate a day, 5 minutes of meditation every day, 6 things to be grateful for every day, 7 minutes of laughter every day, 8 hours of sleep every night, and 9 pages of reading. So those are my 9 ways, my 9 tips to live a long and healthy life. What can all of this tell us? That when we choose to keep refiring, when we build into our lives love and laughter and family and music and dancing, that these are the recipes for a cake that's going to have 99 candles on it, like Dick Van Dyke's. Happy birthday, Dick Van Dyke. In his honor, let's all keep moving, keep breathing, and keep dancing. Until we connect again, please know that I am wishing you well.